very warm welcome to Bharata First. I'm frankrausanpereira. This is FRP Explains. Finally, some good news as far as the pandemic is concerned. The US has decided to waive patents for the vaccines, and this comes as very good news because the world has been waiting for this. India has been trying to push the Western world very hard to try and get a temporary waiver as far as the patents for vaccines are concerned, and finally the good news has arrived. The WHO chief Tedros Adhanom has called it a monumental moment, and that is what it is. After dragging its feet for a few weeks, the United States has finally decided to go through with this decision. Let's cut US President Joe Biden some slack. Clearly, there were domestic implications and he had to sort out all the matters at home first before he came forward and took this decision. And the United States is finally acting like a superpower that it is. There was a massive pharma lobby in the United States which campaigned against this and said nothing doing and we will not reveal our secrets. Despite all the domestic implications, Joe Biden has decided to go ahead and waive the patents for the vaccines. It is this very pharma lobby which has been working hard to ensure that other pharma companies don't come up as well, and India has borne the brunt of it time and again. This needs to change. Of course, this is a temporary measure, but it still is something for us to go by. Well, this doesn't mean that the vaccines are going to be rolled out in the billion immediately. It's going to take some time. First, the fine print is going to be worked out in the WTO after deliberations. After that, companies like Pfizer and Moderna will then reveal their secrets, or we hope that they will, after which manufacturing companies around the world can start manufacturing these vaccines. But that is going to take at least a few months because the manufacturing will first have to be scaled up and then other plants will have to be opened so that we can get the requisite number of vaccines. So what is this TRIPS? It's an agreement of trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, of which all the WTO members are signatories and will have to abide by this. What India and South Africa have called for is a temporary waiver and not a permanent waiver, so the pharma companies will not have to be too concerned. However, the moment this news broke, the stock of the pharma companies immediately came down, but we are looking at the larger good of the entire world. Like I've said before, this particular pandemic is not a localized issue, it's a global crisis. And only if it is completely removed from the world will all of us be safe. Air bubbles have collapsed and have been pierced, so that's not safe either. The only way that we can get away from this pandemic if we develop herd immunity as a whole, or if there is some kind of cure. And that's why this comes as such pleasant news. Finally, it looks like the world is waking up and we are living like humans and we are helping each other out. In this hour of need, that is the only way to overcome this pandemic. That is, we need to work together as one. Humanity seems to be prevailing, at least for the time being. Let's see how long it lasts. That's it on this edition of FRP Explains. Thank you once again for being here. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and then hit the bell icon. For those of you who would want to come forward and contribute, you may do so by using the UPI IDs. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. That's it from me. See you again next time.